India's first Telugu musical app. Listen to Raga Original Telugu stories. Subscribe now and lock down the offer price for life.
Since this is your debut movie, were you scared to approach big star like Vishal?
So when I approached Heroes, I didn't have a producer. So the thing was, when I get a producer, I wouldn't get a Heroes date. If I get a Heroes date, I wouldn't get a producer. It was going on like this.
What gave birth to Abhimanyu? Is it the Aadhaar controversy or something else?
It's about how your very basic personal information like phone numbers, your address, your email IDs, your bank details, if all this information gets leaked out, what is the consequences?
Does the film touch upon the issue of right of privacy?
See, if we get a message like saying that you won $3 million in this grant, you won, congratulations, you won an award, you are going to win 30 crores. And if we see messages like this, we are so gullible that we give off our entire details.
Does the film scare people or educate them?
See, first, anything that is new and anything that is dangerous will give a little bit of fear.
Since consumers don't always have a choice with regards to smartphone apps, what do you think should the government do about data privacy?
They can sit in America, Africa, Europe, South America, anywhere and steal your money from you, steal the money from you.
It seems Vishal and Arjun have played intelligent characters. Did you get inspired by any book or movie in writing their characters?
So I wanted this to be a film against the common man and against a super intelligent network. Hi India Glitz viewers, this is Mithran, director of Abhimanyu. Please watch the film.
Since this is your debut movie, were you scared to approach big star like Vishal?
No. I was not scared to approach Vishal sir. Actually, spoke with a lot of producers, in Chennai. Everyone liked the script. Everyone wanted to do the script, but they wanted to do it big. And that time, I didn't have a hero with me. So when I approached Heroes, I didn't have a producer. So the thing was, when I get a producer, I wouldn't get a Heroes date. If I get a Heroes date, I wouldn't get a producer. It was going on like this. At that point of time, George, my friend, cameraman George, he told me that why don't we find someone who is a producer and also the hero. So we approached Vishal sir and I told the story. Ruben, my editor, was the one who introduced me to Vishal sir, and I told the story and he accepted the story the day I told him.
What gave birth to Abhimanyu? Is it the Aadhaar controversy or something else?
No, it's Aadhaar is one part of the story that I'm trying to tell over here. The thing is, it's not only about Aadhaar, it's about information theft. It's about how your very basic personal information like phone numbers, your address, your email IDs, your bank details, if all this information gets leaked out, what is the consequences? That is what this film talks about. So if someone can someone can steal from you, someone can steal around 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh from you by just getting your phone number or getting your address. So what will happen if your Aadhaar details have been leaked? So this whole concept of digital India and this whole concept of Aadhaar and storing personal information into one block. We are all shown the positive side, but I want to show the other side also.
Does the film touch upon the issue of right of privacy?
Yes. Right to privacy is a very important subject, but the problem here is we don't exercise the right to privacy at all. We are the one, as common man, as people, we are the ones who are actually volunteering and giving information. See, if we get a message like saying that you won $3 million in this grant, you won, congratulations, you won an award, you are going to win 30 crores. And if we see messages like this, we are so gullible that we give off our entire details for that. And if someone comes and approaches, there's one lucky draw prize, please enter your phone number, your address and details, we easily give off our message. So we are very gullible, we are very ignorant, we don't understand the importance of our personal information. So that is what I have actually touched in this film.
Does the film scare people or educate them?
It educates them, it's not about scaring people. See, first, anything that is new and anything that is dangerous will give a little bit of fear, and that fear is what will educate us. So that, see, we are wearing seat belts and we are having airbags in our car because we are fearing accidents, no? Without the fear of accidents, how will you secure yourself? Why would you put seat belt? Why would you have airbags in your car? It's like that.
Since consumers don't always have a choice with regards to smartphone apps, what do you think should the government do about data privacy?
Yeah, the government has to do a lot of things, not certain things, a lot of things. First, the government has to educate the common man. The government has to first tell the common man, these are the problems there. So, see, you have to understand that each personal information that you give out is like your house key. It is like you're giving your key to the house, you're locking your house and giving the key to the thief itself. It's like that. So, first the government has to take steps to educate the people, to make them understand, make them know about what digital safety is, what digital security is. So, the thing is, everyone has got smartphones, but we don't know how to use it properly. So, there are no stringent rules for that. And the most important part about the biggest danger when it comes to cybercrime is that the criminals who are committing the crime have no jurisdiction. They can sit in America, Africa, Europe, South America, anywhere and steal your money from you, steal the money from you. But you will be sitting here in India. If you go and give complaint to the police who are here are only there in India, they have jurisdiction. So, cybercrime has got no jurisdiction, cyber security has jurisdiction. So that is a problem. You expect the policeman to sit inside one circle and try to find a thief who is coming from all directions. So how is that possible? So all these have to be addressed before you bring in a policy called Digital India. The first awareness of cybercrime should reach the people. So there are so many things that the government has to do before, they propagate this policy of Digital India.
It seems Vishal and Arjun have played intelligent characters. Did you get inspired by any book or movie in writing their characters?
No, I didn't get inspired from any book basically. I got inspired from reality actually. See, I wanted to have a very powerful protagonist who's also a common man. So, I cannot have someone who's a common man and suddenly he becomes an action hero. So, I want to bring logic into it. That's why I thought that Vishal sir should be a military character in this film. So, he's a common man. He's got all the issues of a common man. A military man doesn't have a passport. He's not given a passport with a special permission. A military man will not get loan. So, all these issues that are faced by military men is also been portrayed in this film. So, I wanted this to be a film against the common man and against a super intelligent network. So, when I show a huge network of people, it's not very understandable. So, I wanted all the power of this huge hacking network and brought it into one single man so that you can call him the antagonist. So, that is Arjun. So, this war between this common man and this network is what this film is about.
Vishal recently joked that you made this film against the BJP. What's your take on it?
No, the point is, when I started writing this story, BJP was not, it was the Congress government, not the BJP government. But what has happened is, after I wrote the script and I included everything, from that time, I started writing the script in 2012. At that point, it was Congress government. 2014, when the BJP government came. So, when I was writing the script, when I was writing, everything that I found negative, even before the BJP government started implementing them, which is very shocking for me. So, that they did not create awareness, they suddenly called up Digital India, they wanted to link Aadhaar card to everything. Now, the Supreme Court itself has said that you shouldn't, there is no need to link your Aadhaar card to your bank details and all. So, without proper security, even the Aadhaar details is not safe. In January 3rd, 2018, Tribune, a newspaper article, Tribune newspaper, they came up with an article saying that if you pay 500 rupees through Paytm, you will get 1 lakh Aadhaar details on WhatsApp. So after reading that article, the Unique Identification Authority of India has booked an FIR saying that someone is accessing our Aadhaar details. So someone from the outside has the need to find that there is a fault, and then only the action is being taken. So all of this I am seeing, this and all I didn't put in my script, this and all I didn't include in my script. But when I am showing the reality, the government is so far away from reality and doing stuff that is not, that is actually lacking some sense. So that's why he must have said that. But this is not actually against the BJP or not against any particular party. This is a film that is showing reality, and that reality is the one that is very affecting them, is what I feel.
Since Abhimanyudu is a dubbed movie, what about nativity factor?
There is no native. This film is not based on any nativity at all. This film is a universal concept. See, everyone in the world has got a smartphone, and not everyone knows about the security of carrying a smartphone. We are all linked our smartphone to our banking networks. We don't know how these banking transactions are safe or not, and we are also very gullible when it comes to protecting our own privacy. So this is something which is common to everyone around India. So I don't think this film has got any language barriers or some nativity barriers. I think it will be very widely and generally accepted by people.
Has any Tollywood star congratulated you post the release of Irumbuthirai?
No, I think Sandeep Kishan said that the film is very good. So I think that was the only person who got it.
Are you looking forward to do a straight film in Telugu?
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward. So if this film does a good reach, I think I'll have some kind of hold in Telugu cinema. But I want to do a straight Telugu film here, 100%.
How important is Samantha's character to the story?
Well, see, every screenplay has to be driven by plot and character. So Arjun sir, the hero has to be in plot and character. He is the one who drives the whole screenplay. In this film, the plot is driven by Arjun sir and the character is driven by Samantha. So that's how, see, they are all part of this whole story. So from Samantha's introduction to Vishal, his transformation that changes the story and, leads to the film. So she is very much part of the story. She plays a psychologist in the film.
What about your next project?
Nothing as of now, where I'm still in talks and we'll see how it goes.
What made you think of a sequel to Abhimanyudu?
Well, if you look at the film, you'll know that the film has got a little bit of an open ending. So there's a huge scope for part 2 coming up. So I haven't started writing the script yet, but there's so much of research material that I have, and I want to make it into another film. So let's see when it happens. Probably.
Your final remarks, please.
Abhimanyudu is releasing in your theatres on June 1st. So please watch the movie and let me know how it is.
Hi.
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 Hi, India Glitz viewers.
For all the latest movie reviews,
Interviews.
Latest updates.
subscribe.
Subscribe IG Telugu.
Please subscribe to IG Telugu.
Please follow IG Telugu.
Please subscribe to IG Telugu.